The importance of energy foraging in animals. Optimal foraging behavior is a critical component to an animal's survival as it is how they obtain their energy. Foraging is the act of searching for food by animals and is demonstrated by heterotrophs, which are organisms who fix their energy by feeding on other organisms in all levels of the food web. In interest of this, we will focus on the strategies, effects, and variables of foraging for types of predators classified at the trophic level. Herbivores, omnivores, carnivores, and parasites are all types of predators that utilize different foraging strategies. For example, the American beaver who forages for leaves and inner bark of trees, the parasitic nematode who feed on marine fish, and the true predators such as leopards and lions that kill their prey before consumption all have specially adapted strategies to best obtain their prey. Those with weak foraging strategies will die and inevitably go extinct as they have limited available energy and will not be able to simultaneously complete physiological functions or forage for more food.
Foraging comes naturally to some species as it is embedded into their DNA, while others rely heavily on learning when they are young by watching and mimicking the actions of the adults. There is a variety of foraging techniques that reflect the physiology and behaviors of specific species. Lions take the strategy of group foraging as an increase in numbers allows a pride to work together to take down larger prey while spending less energy than if one lion were to take down a small prey on its own. Tigers, however, tend to use solitary foraging techniques and hunt alone to keep the prey for itself. Some species, such as bats, can also change their foraging strategies based on conspecifics in the environment to capture prey in adverse conditions. Foragers want to hunt for food that has an energy content that will compensate for energy lost during the search for food, as well as have an energy that can be stored for later. This is why predators prefer certain prey over others. Handling time, which is the time it takes for the predator to find prey items, to the time it is eaten, is important because if it takes a great deal of energy to kill or digest a prey, there will be less benefit, therefore the less time it takes to search for food, the greater the amount of energy saved.
Animals have developed specialized foraging strategies to maximize their foraging behaviors in adverse conditions. Antarctic minke whales are able to dive beneath the sea ice to forage and have the highest feeding rates out of any other lunge-feeding whale. Because of their small size, they are able to access krill in sea ice environments that are not accessible to larger baleen whales, and their ability to filter feed gives them an advantage over smaller krill predators such as penguins and seals. Also, seabirds sometimes adopt temporally flexible foraging strategies to satisfy the different energy and time demands of chick incubation, chick rearing, and both the energetic requirements of themselves and their young.
The physical characteristics and morphological adaptations of species give them advantages when foraging. Certain characteristics allow the animals to dismantle and digest their prey while using less energy and optimizing foraging and handling time. For example, snakes eat a variety of prey, and because their lower jaw is able to disconnect from their top jaw, the size of the prey they are able to consume increases, therefore increasing the range of available prey and giving them an advantage over similar predators in their environments. Another example are the long and very strong webbed hind feet of frogs that they have adapted for leaping and swimming to catch insects. A very important morphological adaptation of many different species is the ability to camouflage. This characteristic helps prey hide from predators, but it also helps predators with the ability to camouflage have a more successful foraging outcome. For predators, having a physical appearance that mimics their surroundings helps them sneak up on prey, and this in turn saves them energy as the need to chase the animal decreases. For example, the white hair of polar bears allows them to easily blend in with the snow when hunting. In other cases, camouflage allows the predator to remain still and let the unaware prey approach them. For example, snapping turtles camouflage with rocks and are able to quickly catch passing fish. The morphological adaptations of species combined with the behavioral flexibility reflect distinct differences in foraging strategies and habitat selection.
Habitats that animals reside in greatly influence their foraging behaviors, and this is why animals prefer certain environmental conditions and habitats that support their individual physiological needs. Animals tend to prefer areas in which there are a variety of resources or prey they like to consume. So when abundance level of a certain prey species vary, there are other resources to predate. Some predators also tend to shy away from habitats in which there is competition for resources from other species. If there is another animal consuming their preferred resources, then they will have to spend more time and energy looking for their depleted food source. Communities in which species use different space and hunting strategies will support coexistence of similar species and will be a diverse environment. Lastly, we will talk about the optimal foraging theory, which can provide an explanation for a predator's prey preferences based on a diet that would maximize their caloric intake and minimize foraging energetic costs.
It also helps predict how long a predator will forage in a specific area, the influence of prey density, and the variety of the prey. Killer whales selectively forage for large prey with a high fat content year-round. Let's use lions as another example. In typical cases, lions are not very active animals for the most part, as they sleep for an estimate of 20 hours a day. The males save their energy and use it to protect the group, while the females use their stored energy to do the hunting. The two sexes follow their own duties as to not waste their resources. The prey variety and location greatly affect lion communities. Lionesses are not seen chasing cheetahs when there are no zebras, gazelles, or typical prey around, because that would be a waste of their energy. They wait for specific prey and also forage in groups to minimize foraging and handling time and to reduce the energetic costs.